In a previous video I spent some time soldering together a NoiseMaker for IDE. While I showed the device working at the end of it, I skipped over the parts where I installed the firmware onto the Arduino Nano. It's not a difficult process, but I thought I would include it as a separate video. For those that are new to the NoiseMaker, it's just my version of the HDD clicker. Its purpose is to take something silent like a compact flash adapter and add the noise effects so that it sounds like a mechanical hard drive instead. The traditional way of installing Arduino firmware is through Arduino IDE, unless you're a developer yourself. As per usual, we need to start by ensuring that the correct board has been specified. As we're using the Arduino Nano, we need to ensure that it's either the 168 or the 328 version, depending on what you have. Hitting compile, it will most likely complain about a few missing libraries, but we'll handle those one at a time. The first one that's missing is the EC button. We'll just go into Manage Libraries, search for it, and then install it. Okay, that's in place. Let's just compile again. Next on the list of missing things is apparently the DF Robots DF Player Mini library. We'll just install it the same way as previously. The only thing to note is that we have to search specifically for the name. This is because there are several libraries that are called almost the same. Hitting compile again, and now it should succeed. So far I haven't actually connected the Arduino Nano to the system in any way. So let's just do that now. The first thing we need to check is that the Arduino IDE is pointing towards the right communications port for the Arduino Nano that's been connected. With that done, I'll just hit upload and see what happens. It'll work after some time, or it'll time out like it did with me. This is a common error. This seems to be more common with modules ordered on eBay and AliExpress. The reason is simply that it's using an older Arduino Nano bootloader. With the other board definition chosen, we'll just hit upload again, and hopefully the error should now clear and the firmware should be in place. The NoiseMaker has its own serial interface for configuring some of the values. We'll just use serial terminal for that. This interface had to be simplified in order to fit the code onto the Atmega 168 based modules. For the standard Arduino Nano module, the Atmega 328 based ones, you can just use the help command to get a listing of everything that the system supports. As an example, we'll just change the default volume level. Commands will generally take effect immediately, but we'll need to use the save command to have them take effect on boot up. PlatformIO is based on Visual Studio Code, and I'll assume that you know what you're already doing within it. Libraries should mostly be handled automatically by the software. If the libraries aren't automatically downloaded and installed on your system, you can run this command within the PlatformIO terminal to do it for you. PlatformIO separates the board definitions into different environment profiles. Select the one that corresponds to your board. After that, we'll just hit compile. It looks good, so with the Arduino Nano connected, we'll just hit upload. As with the Arduino IDE, you may get a timeout here. If that is the case, then try one of the other profiles. With everything looking good, we'll just open up the serial monitor to see if the NoiseMaker is responding as expected. Using the same example as from the Arduino IDE, we'll just update the default volume and then save the settings to the EEPROM. And that's the firmware installed in two different ways, in two very different development environments. And that's it for this video. Bye.